Because think about it. It's very seldom that you can catch Tom Brady in a situation that he's unfamiliar with. Because Coach Belichick has done a great job, and Tom Brady has done a great job of not only listening, but being able to retain and recall info that he's received from Coach Belichick. But, Skip, I just believe with what they've done with this Patriots team, the way they've rebuilt it, if the guys that they brought in play to what we think they can play to, now, we're not asking them to be all-world. I don't expect Nelson Aguilar, Skip, to all of a sudden turn into Devontae Adams. I don't expect Kendrick Bourne to be Julio Jones. And I don't expect those two tight ends to be Darren Waller or Travis Kelce. I'm not expecting that. But I expect them to play better than what they had the last several years. Also, going back, Skip, is Gronk. You know, Gronk don't really care. Gronk just like, hey, I'm here. Hey, Tommy, you want to get Coach Belichick? Hey, throw me a couple of tutties.
Yep.
Hey, I'll celebrate. I'll spike it. We'll have us a good old time.
Yep.
But this might be, obviously, Skip, you know, you're starting the Thursday night game. But this might be one of the most anticipated games in a very, very long time because we don't see it. I remember when San Francisco played the 49ers, went to Arrowhead to play Joe, and it was a big deal. I remember when Peyton went back to Indy, it was a big deal.
Yep.
Well, that's on that level because those quarterbacks was on Tom Brady level, and for the most part, we never thought we'd see that quarterback in a different color uniform, let alone playing his former team. But with all that being said, I'm taking the Patriots in an upset, Skip. I'm going to say the final score be 20, I'm going to say 29-26.
And I have to ask, your quarterback will be who?
Oh, week 3 going to be Cam. You know Cam always do that thing to Brady. You know Cam always do it to Brady.
Okay.
Do it to him.
I get that, but you've been telling me for months on this show that Mac Jones was the guy in this group of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So you're not going to start him in week 1?
No, but I also told you this. I believe Cam starts week 1. I just don't believe he'll have the long leash that he had last year to play as bad as he did in some stretches. And Coach Belichick says, Cam is our quarterback, Cam is our quarterback. Given that you have Mac Jones, that you selected with the 15th pick in the draft, Skip, I don't believe Cam can play as bad as he played at spurts last year for as long as he did and maintain his job. But that'll only be the 3rd week of the season. So I don't see any reason. Well, excuse me, you're right. The 4th week of the season. I don't see any reason. I don't see how Cam loses his job the first month of the season. So Cam is the starting quarterback, and I think he runs his record of probably like, what, 2-0, 3-0 against Brady? Because, you know, he did it to him on the last-second pass in New England. He did it to him on that Monday night when Tom Brady chased the official off the field. You remember that, Skip Bayless. He should have been fined for that. He accosted that official.
And I remind you, last year, Cam Newton's QBR ranked 30th out of 33 qualified quarterbacks. He's not in Carolina anymore. He's not a young man anymore. I say good luck to you. In fact, you want to give me a couple of points? I don't know.
No. Yeah. No, you're going to give me the line. You're going to give me the line.
Okay, I'll do it right now. I will give you whatever the line is for 5 cases right now.
Do it. Done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Done.
Okay,
done.
Now I want you to tell me what do you think Tampa Bay's record will be this year?
I already told you. I told you yesterday, 13-4.
Well, I thought maybe you'd sleep on it and come to your senses.
No. Skip, there's a reason why only 2 teams have gone into the playoffs with an undefeated regular season record. The 72 Dolphins and the 07 Patriots.
Yep.
It doesn't happen. It's extremely hard. You have to be fortunate, you know, win a couple of close games, Skip, last-second field goal, somebody misses a last-second field goal, and you have to maintain great health.
You do.
Great health. Remember, you're adding an extra game now, Skip.
Okay.
So for me, I'm gonna stick with the 13-4.
Okay. I'm going to stick with 17-0 because I find it hard. And again, you told me yesterday what your 4 were. I think you had Rams. I know you had Colts, Bills, and I don't know what your other one was.
Hold up. I forgot. That Monday night game, rematch. We're going to get you this time. You got off the hook last time, the Giants.
Oh, are you going to go to 5?
Nope.
No?
Skip, look, here's the thing. See, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to pin me down. I'm saying 13-4, and if I'm off a game, well, they win a game that I thought they were going to lose, but you said they were going to lose. But if they lose a game I thought they were going to win, then you hold that against me. I'm just going to say, look, of those 17 games that you see on the screen right now, the Buccaneers will lose 4 of those ball games. How about that?
All right. And what achievement tortured Brady the most when he failed to grasp it in the end? It was to go 19-0, right? It still haunts him to this day.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
What if he could eclipse that with 20-0 this year to just cap it off? Wouldn't that be the final biggest feather in the cap, to go 20-0? I'm sure Tom Brady is thinking about that right now. Obviously, you have to take one game at a time. You got to get your health breaks. I get that. But this schedule, in fact, I saw the ESPN analyst Mike Clay, he graded this schedule the easiest in pro football this year. Just on last year's win-loss records, it's the 4th easiest. So you've got that sitting out there for Brady to shoot at. And again, I give you danger at Rams, and then they have 3 in a row danger games in late November, early December. They go at Indy, at Atlanta, and Buffalo at home. But do you really think that those teams will beat Tom Brady? I don't. And go ahead.
Well, Skip, you know this. Division games are a lot tougher. Sometimes, teams are not very good within your division. But when you play a division opponent, something about the familiarity. Now, there are going to be maybe some situations there's no Drew Brees. Carolina has a new quarterback. Matt Ryan has a new weapon. We'll see if Julio still remains there after June 1st. But division games are a lot tougher sometimes than we give them credit for. And the teams might be terrible outside the division. But it's something about playing a division opponent, being familiar with that. So for me, Skip, I like I said, 13. Skip, you make it seem like I said they're going to be, 10-7. 13-4 is a very good schedule. I mean, a very good record considering you got an extra game.
I got it, but we're light years apart when you got 4 losses and I got none. And
you out your mind, though.
Okay, let me throw this back at you very quickly. I want you just to react to this. This is Tom Brady throwing to, let's start at the top, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown. Then let's go to the tight ends. There's this guy Gronk. There's Cameron Brate. O.J. Howard will be back.
Correct.
Then let's keep going down the list. There's Scotty Miller. There's Tyler Johnson. And they added Gio Bernard as a third down catchback, a James White type, right?
Yes.
And then you got Fournette and Rojo running the ball, as well as my little man from Vanderbilt, Keyshawn Vaughn, if he ever gets out of the doghouse. And then you've got a top 5 offensive line whose starting right guard was injured in the Super Bowl. Alex Kappa will be back in place of Aaron Stinney, who can still back up any of the positions in the offensive line. So my point is, what's not to love about that? Is that not dynamic? Is that not juggernaut to you?
Yeah, it is, Skip. But here's you know why the strength of schedule is so easy? They play the Cowboys. They play the NFC East. Anybody that has that division that's playing that division has an easy schedule.
I'm with you. They got to give me, and they threw my team to the Wolves in game number 1 at Tampa Bay on Thursday night. That's just not fair.
I wanted to feast.
That's just wrong place, wrong time. Okay, the defense last year for the Bucs didn't even spring to life until the 3rd to last game. They weren't very good until at Breeze, at Rodgers, and then Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, right? Okay. And you don't think they'll carry that momentum into this year because everybody is back. You thought Shaq Barrett would be gone. You thought Sue would be gone. And all of a sudden, they are back because they all want to run it back. And there's still a Vita Vea. There's still a JPP. Obviously, there's a Devin White. There's a Levante David. And that secondary was very young last year, and it will only get better by the snap. It's loaded. And I think Todd Bowles is right up there with Bill Belichick as a guy who can coach and call defenses. So what's not to love about that defense now?
I know, Skip, for me, it's hard for defenses to maintain that level of intensity. We've seen offenses be able to maintain a level of greatness more so than defenses, because the 85 Bears statistically were better in 86, but that's the only one. You look at the Steelers defenses, you look at the 2000 Ravens, you look at the 02 Bucks, you look at the 12 Seahawks, Skip, the next year, they weren't quite the same.